Good morning, friends. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're having a good Monday morning. See if anybody pops on. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Let me turn the camera around. Hey, guys. It's Monday. Hey, hello, everyone. Oh, what a nice, fun crowd. I'm so glad to see everybody. So, guys, I've been thinking a lot about anger recently. And, I don't know, raise your hand if you can relate, but I feel like just about every mom I know deals with anger. Deals with, even those days where it's just like, what was I thinking? What was going on with me? Was I demon possessed or something? Like, how could I speak to my sweet little children that way? How could I be so just completely loopy? And, it's just one of those things where there's not a silver bullet, there's not a fix. Yeah, there's not, it's not like follow this strategy or count to 10 or drink a glass of water or something and it's going to fix all your problems. So, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on what you were hoping, I don't have a silver bullet. But there are three kind of perspectives on anger that have been helpful to me, and I'll be real honest. I can't really claim necessarily that these prevent me from getting angry. They might. They might over time have helped me with that. But what I know that they've helped with is processing afterwards. So, when I'm saying, like, what was going on there? What happened? What do I need to do to make this right? I have three kind of, and they really all kind of do the same thing. It's like three different ways of looking at the same problem that have helped me to process when I've had angry moments with my children or anybody. I think my children, unfortunately, are the most frequent recipients. But let me introduce myself really quickly for anybody who's on here that doesn't know me, and then I'll tell you what today's perspective is. So my name is Lena Sutherland. I'm a homeschool mom of 7 kids. 4 of them are school-aged. The other 3 are baby, toddler, preschool size, and I blog over here at homeschoolingwithouttrainingwheels.com, or you can find me on Instagram and Facebook and other fun places at just HSWO Training Wheels. So, the perspective that I wanted to share with you today about anger is that our anger tells us what we love, okay? And this is not my idea. Everything that I'm going to share with you about anger is stuff that I have totally stolen from other people, which is exactly what good community is all about, right? Stealing each other's ideas and totally adopting them and incorporating them. So this actually I got from Pastor Tim Keller. He's pastor of Redeemer Presbyterian Church way up in New York. And he said that when we get angry, it shows us what we love. Okay, now this is why there can be healthy occasions for anger, right? If innocent people are being hurt and defenseless people are being taken advantage of, that should make us angry, right? If we love people, then we will be angry in situations. Okay, I will be right there to help you. I'm doing a scope right now, okay? Thank you. There will be appropriate times for anger. Now, we could obviously do inappropriate things with that appropriate anger, but that's a different conversation. So, when we're angry, it shows us what we love, okay? And this has helped me to unpack. So, for example, here's a pretty typical situation in my house. We're getting ready to go somewhere, okay? Please tell me I'm not the only one that loses their temper when you're getting ready to go somewhere, especially when you, as the mommy, have already set us up for a bad situation by, like, not getting up as early as you could have or not making sure that we found the shoes the night before or the whatever. And so you're in a hurry. Other people are, not moving as fast as you'd like them to, and you get angry, okay? So when I look at that in retrospect and I think, okay, if my anger shows me what I love, I wasn't angry because my children, I wasn't like angry with myself for not properly training the children or angry, I don't know what I could have been angry at appropriately. But anyway, so really in that situation, for example, what I love is the people that I'm going to meet with thinking that I am organized and that I am on time and that I am in control. I love being thought of as, timely and prepared, right? And so when the children are slow or when they can't find their shoes, which by the way, it's not a sin to have lost your shoes, or if it is a sin, then I commit it regularly. But, what I'm saying is I need the approval of the ladies at the Bible study that we're going to, or I need, the approval of the other people in the church who, I'm going to have to slide in front of them in the pew or whatever it is. That's what I love. And you're messing with what I love. So I'm angry with you because you're messing with the thing that I'm making important to me right now. So that is one perspective on anger. When you've been angry or when you're tempted to feel angry, maybe I'll grow to such a point where I can start asking myself this question. Yeah, exactly. And we can definitely, all the things that we learn as mommies, this is the beautiful thing about parenting. There's this continual learning cycle, right? So we see something about our own hearts and we go, oh my, wow, I do function that way. But then it's like knowing what it feels like to have a sore throat, because then it helps you when you see your children having that same struggle and you say, oh yeah, I know what's going on there because I feel that from the inside, and it helps me to identify it when they're struggling with it and I'm observing it from outside them to help them kind of walk through what that looks like in their hearts and what's going on the inside there. And then the same thing with our kids when we see them struggling with something, and sometimes kids struggle in this really kind of blatant, obvious outward way because they're not yet old enough to know how to be unkind in a sort of a socially acceptable, under the table kind of way. They're kind of out there about it, but we observe it in them. And then we say, you know what? I do the same thing, just kind of like the grown up, highly polished version of it. So it's a continual learning cycle between us and our own kids. Exactly. So when you turn to your kids and say, you're making such and so more important than your sister, and then I say to myself, and so are you, making whatever, getting this argument over with more important than helping your heart or, encouraging the relationship or whatever it is. God allowed me to have. Yes, right. I know. Well, and actually it's so true that God does bring circumstances into our lives that are super challenging to either reveal something that we need to work on or to kind of put us in the place where we don't have a choice but to work on something. Yeah, and it is really difficult. But, and I think all of us could testify to having gone through difficult times, never wishing that kind of thing on anyone else or wishing to go through it again, but yet being able to look back and say, wow, I would never trade what I learned, or I would never trade the growth that happened during that time. Yes, absolutely. Praying for help, right? I think sometimes even just the fact of praying helps by putting us in the mindset of just acknowledging I need help. Just, just the actual set choice of saying I'm going to pray, and doing it, it just even reshapes our thinking about, who we are, who we're standing before, and where our source of strength is. So, okay, so that's my thought for today. Anger shows us what we love. So tomorrow, hopefully, anyway, sometime over the next couple days, I'm going to come back twice this week. I'm going to talk about 2 more perspectives on anger. God grabbed my tongue today. Yes. Just sometimes just close your mouth, wait for a minute. Yeah. So again, hopefully these, as I grow, these will help me ahead of time. They definitely have always been helpful afterwards in processing what happened and in preparing to apologize, to figure out what it is I need to say I'm sorry for. So thanks for hopping on, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Monday.